this week on the farmstead because Mauro has been away for work. So it's been a good opportunity to get some progress done on his office because normally when he's here, he's in it, working. So we've only been able to work on it at the weekends up until now. So having this week has been really good. I'm really happy with the progress we're making. There's only 1 or 2 things left to do now, and I'm not really showing you too much because I'm really excited to show you the transformation when it's finished. But I'm super happy with how it's been going so far. It's also been raining a lot, on and off, but mostly on. I'm still moving manure around. The end of the pile is taking a lot longer to clear because I'm moving it further. I've done all of our trees on this side of the barranco over the last week or so, and I've been putting the rest at the edge of the garden area, next to this little channel that I've been digging, which diverts overflow water from our main water deposit. I'm planning to let the manure break down in situ here for about 6 to 8 months and then eventually make a new kind of planting bed along this side when the manure is nicely broken down. Last year I made the mistake of moving 3 tons of manure from one place to another so that it could compost down in a big pile, and then I moved it again a second time when it was all composted and I was ready to use it. So I'm basically trying to avoid doing that this time and moving something 2 times instead of 1. So that's why I'm putting it where I want it to eventually be. Alongside the office and the manure, I have also been working on a little surprise project this week, which I'm hoping to get finished before Mauro comes back. So today I am making a little cat house. We've had so many offcuts of bits of pallet wood lately. I've been doing so many projects with pallets. I've been doing the shelves, I've been working on the wood store behind me, and we've had lots of little bits that are too short for anything else. And one thing I'd been meaning to do for a while was build a little kind of shelter house hut thing for the cats. They currently sleep in the kitchen, which is fine, but pretty soon we're going to be starting hello Toffee, we're going to be starting some work on the kitchen. We're going to be trying to seal it and yeah, do lots of other stuff there. So I kind of want the cats to have their own little space outside. They're also just a bit annoying in the kitchen. They jump up on the counters and make themselves a little bit too at home there, so I'm hoping to kind of encourage them out of the kitchen a little bit. So you can see what I'm aiming for now, right? I just realised that because the roof is obviously going to be triangular, I need like a triangular bit for the back. I've only done a rectangular bit, but I think I'll make that once I've fixed it all together and I know exactly what size triangle I've got. I'm not going to fix it together now because some of these bits of pallet wood were a bit wet. They've been outside for a little while, so I'm going to take them all inside, put them near the fire for a few days, let them dry out, treat them, make sure they're going to be well protected against the elements because this is going outside, and then I'll screw them together. Okay, so yesterday was a complete write-off. It rained all day. I did absolutely nothing. But on the plus side, the stove was on all day, so These bits of wood for the cat house have been drying out. They're pretty dry now, so I'm gonna paint the outside with this wood protector, and on the inside I think I'm gonna use linseed oil, just because I think it'll be, what is that? Stop that. Just because I think it'll be nicer for the cats to like not be exposed on the inside to a synthetic kind of paint and just have the oil instead. Okay, so the cat house is supposed to be going on this stump here. This is the stump of a cypress tree that we cut down a few months back. We're just outside the kitchen here, so the idea is this will be like a one-stop shop for the cats. It's going to be where they sleep and also where we're going to give them their plates of food high up so that the dogs can't steal it. So I could just put the hut like on here, but then I want like some space around it to put the plates, so it's going to have to go on like a platform. So I'm just thinking, do I build the platform like on top of this stump and just put the house on top? Or do I like offset it a bit? Because if the platform comes out here, how are the cats gonna get up, you know? So, but then if I offset it, then they can climb up the trunk to get to it, which is fine. But then I think I need like another column to support the back of the cat house. Having a nightmare with the fire today because I've barely got any dry wood left. Basically all the wood we've got is too green. No, don't die. I was planning to get some more wood delivered a couple of weeks ago, but with the rain it's been like on and off and the guy hasn't come yet. Hopefully he's coming tomorrow because I think this is like literally the last fire I'm going to be able to make otherwise. We've got our firewood. Okay, so I just wanted to put it roughly together so I can see what kind of space I need to fill at the back. I have a bit of an OCD thing with these corner bracket things, and I always want to put a screw in every single hole, and I can't in this one, so that's really annoying me because there's a gap behind it. So I'm going to cut out the wood to make a little triangle piece along the back now, and I'm going to paint the inside, treat it with linseed oil. Wonder how big the hole should be. I think they probably would go in here. So I think for the base I'm going to try and reuse the wood from this planter. This is an old planter that we actually used to have on our terrace in Valencia, and it fell apart pretty quickly. It wasn't very good, but I'm going to try and make the cat house base from this. Maybe something like this. It is just such a lovely day today. It was cold this morning, but the sun's up now and it's getting nice and warm. It's one of those days where it just feels like you've got to do something to celebrate the weather. I don't know. I think it's because it's been raining and dull for a little while, and it's just, I don't know, it was sunny yesterday, but today it just feels even nicer. And I just want to get outside this afternoon. When I feel like in a really good mood, I always want to do a bike ride. So I think that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. I'm going to cycle over to some friends and have a coffee with them or something. Maybe help them out on whatever they're doing. But this morning I'm just going to try and finish off a few things around here. Can't get this lid off. So this is the sticky glue stuff, which is going to stick the roofing material onto the roof of the cut house. Coffee bean. Just picking a few things to take over this afternoon to my friends. We've got a few things that are doing really well in the garden at the moment, and we're getting more than we can use, so it makes sense to share them. We've got this New Zealand spinach, which to be honest has been doing really well ever since I planted it in the summer. It's just completely taken over this bed, and I haven't even sown any normal spinach yet this season because there's just so much of this. It seems a bit silly to sow even more spinach, and I really like this. And then we've got mustard greens. I really like the flavour of these mustard greens. It's a little spicy, a little mustardy. I was growing them as green manure, but you can eat the leaves as well. So I've been picking the leaves off and eating them and using them much like I would spinach. And then we've got these little tangerines, which are just perfect right now. They just come off the tree so easily and peel so easily, and they're so nice and juicy. And of course oranges, got lots of oranges at the moment. Okay, I've just got a couple of little jobs that I need to get done today. Our goats still aren't back, so the goat pen is still empty, and there's a couple of things I just need to do there that I've been putting off, I guess, for a while. Well, not putting off, I just hasn't really been a priority. But they're just quick jobs, so I might as well do them. I've got these stakes and I'm going to stake the bottom of the fence so that it's a bit more secure, because we didn't dig it into the ground, so it's not... There is a tensioning wire along the bottom and it is attached to a tensioning wire pretty close to the ground, but just to be sure that small goats, like kids, can't get out, I'm going to put these pegs in. And then I also need to clear up all the poo that the donkey left and put it somewhere to compost. I'm definitely wasting too much straw with this method. What I should have done, which is what my friend, the donkey's owner, does, is she comes in every day and picks up little piles of poos and puts them in a bucket. That way she's not picking up too much straw. But I didn't do that, at least not as often as I should have done. I did it a couple of times over the week. And what's happened is that the poo has just got trodden into the straw by the donkey, so it's kind of hard to separate now, so I'm wasting all this straw. So that's a learning for next time. Also, lots of people commented on this hay net and mentioned that it's not good for goats because goats can get their horns and stuff tangled in it and potentially really hurt themselves or even hang themselves. This hay net was just for the donkey. The donkey likes to eat the hay from here. I won't be keeping it up for when the goats are here. Our goats don't actually eat hay anyway, but if they did, they'd eat it out of this basket type thing that I'm building on this wall.
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. Hoping you would stay, but I've always known that you would go and find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in the...
Okay, that was hard work, but they're all in apart from two that I bent. There's just a few sections that are a bit, we'll have to come back to them later and see if they need reinforcing. There's this bit at the back where there's a bit of a gap between the bottom of the fence and the floor. I think it's just the way the ground is. Slopes away a little bit at this corner. So my plan for this section, if necessary, is to maybe just find a big, thick, heavy log and put it down here and attach it to the bottom of the fence so that whatever's in here, goat or whatever, can't kind of try and dig underneath. And then the rest is pretty flush with the ground, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm so hot that I think I'm going to do something I haven't done for ages, probably since before the summer, and I'm going to get in the water deposit and have a nice cold water immersion. Oh no. Ah! What are you doing? Tofu! Una, get out of the way! So I picked up some spring bulbs the other day, and my plan is to sow them along this little wiggly curvy bed that I'm building along the overflow from the water deposit. Sorry about the light, it's the 22nd of December and the sun is just so low. It's just really hard to film without the light getting in the way these days. What are you doing, Una? I did spread pretty fresh manure all along this side, as you saw at the beginning of the video. I'm just going to rake it out and make it a bit more level. I wouldn't normally plant into fresh manure. It needs to break down a bit first, but since these are going like 15-20 centimeters down, I'm thinking that by the time they come up, the manure will have broken down a bit more and won't quite be so hot and fresh, and hopefully it'll be fine. Planted a lot of these same bulbs, tulips, hyacinth, some daffodils in here somewhere. Thought I did buy some daffodils, maybe not. Oh yeah, there we go. I did plant a lot of these same varieties under a lot of our fruit trees last year. Under this orange, under the tangerines, and it was just so nice when they came up in spring. It was one of the first things that really came up and gave some colour in the garden, and they looked so lovely. And I was so glad that I had gone to the effort of buying them and planting them, you know, something purely ornamental, which I don't have a lot of. So I was so happy I did that. I just want to do it again this year. And I've still got some of this three-cornered leek stuff that never found a home anywhere else. I tried giving some to friends, but I still ended up with some left over, so might as well plant that as well. Okay, so that's everything planted. It didn't go quite as far as I expected. This is where I got to, and I've still got about half more that I would have liked to have done, so I'll try and get some more bulbs. It was super easy to dig them in because the ground is really wet. It's super soft, which is really nice, and that's because this little canal is doing its job and it's been diverting all of our overflow water down here, or most of it.
This is so cool.
What do you think?
It's really well designed. I really like the shape. It's so cool. And they love it.
Who's in there?
Oh yeah. Morty's in there.
Morty!
I love it. It looks solid. And I love that you reused this wood that was...
Ah, yeah. That's the thing. The entire thing, I didn't buy anything for it. It was all completely with stuff we already had.
Yeah, I know. I can tell.
Yeah.
No, it's really good.